Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 7 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 7 and then click on view all lessons. So there you can find list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter probability, and the lessons we're going to cover today are probability of simple events, probability of opposite mutually exclusive and overlapping events, experimental probability, make predictions, compound events, find the number of outcomes. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well, right? So here I am on grade 7 math. The chapter we are on right now is probability. Let's just start with the first lesson, that is probability of simple events. Let's just start with the lesson. Okay, you spin the spinner once. What is the probability of 7, right? So first you have to see the total outcomes on this spinner. So you have 3 outcomes, right? 6, 7 and 8. Got it? 3 outcomes, and the probability of the number of favorable outcomes out of the number of possible outcomes. The two possible outcomes are 3 and the favorable outcome is just 1, right? So probability of 7 is 1 out of 3, right? 3 is the total number of outcomes and 1 is the number of favorable outcomes, right? So the correct option is 1 over 3. Let's just start with the test questions. Okay, there are 20 tables set up for a banquet, of which 6 have green tablecloths. What is the probability that a randomly selected table will have a green tablecloth, right? So you have to see the total tables are 20 and 6 of them have green tablecloths, right? So you have to calculate the probability that a randomly selected table will have a green tablecloth, right? So the total outcomes are 20. Outcomes that have green tablecloth is 6. So the probability of green is, what is this? So the probability of green tablecloth is 6 over 20, right? When you that is 6 over 20, and when you convert them into simplified form, that would be 3 over 10. The correct option is option number 1, that is 3 over 10. Got it? The correct option is 3 over 10. Option number 1 is the correct option, right? 3 over 10 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is you pick a marble at random. What is the probability of yellow, right? So let's just calculate the total marbles. We have to calculate, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The total outcomes are 12, right? Now you have to calculate the favorable outcomes like the one that are yellow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 over 12 it is, right? You have to calculate the answer in the percentage form. Just divide 9 by 12 and calculate the multiply it by the 100. So the correct option is 75%, because out of 12, 9 of them are yellow. So the correct option is 75%, right? So the correct option is 75%. Okay, if you spin the spinner once, what is the probability of orange? So you have to calculate the probability of orange, right? So the total outcomes are, let's just see how many total outcomes on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? The total are 12. Orange are 1, 2, 3. Three of them are orange, right? So that is 3 out of 12. Just divide 3 by 12 and multiply it by the 100. The correct option is 25%. You have to convert it into percentage form, so just divide and multiply by 100, that is 25%. Option number 1 is the correct option. 25% it is. Got it? Okay, the next one is you pick a card and random. What is the probability of brown? So which is the correct option? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 10 cards it is, right? And 3 of them are brown. So that is 3 out of 10. Option number 2 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, a dartboard has 20 equal sections, of which 4 are red. What is the probability that a dart will land in a red section? So which is the correct option? The correct option is 4 over 20. That is 1 out of 5, right? Option number 1 is the correct option, right? A university has 18 students enrolled, 4 of whom are sophomores. What is the probability that a randomly chosen student will be a sophomore? So which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is 2 out of 9. Option number 1 is the correct option, right? The correct option is 2 out of 9. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is probability of opposite mutually exclusive and overlapping events. Let's just start with the lesson, right? You flip a coin. What is the probability of not tails, right? Not tails mean head it is, right? So in case of coin, the probability of head is right? Because two outcomes and the probability of head is just 1 by 2. So the probability of head is 1 over 2. Got it? Probability of, you pick a card at random. What is the probability of blue plus yellow? Blue or yellow. That means you need to calculate of probability. You need to calculate the probability of blue and yellow both, right? That is a mutually exclusive event. A, B, and are mutually exclusive because they occur at the same time. So you need to add their probabilities, right? The probability of blue is 6 out of 7 and probability of yellow is 1 out of 7. You have to add. So their probability is 1 6 by 7 plus 1 by 7 is 7 over 7. That is 1. Let's just start with the test question. What you roll a six-sided die. What is the probability greater than 5 or less than 2? Greater than 5 is only one number, 1 out of 6. That is mutually exclusive events, right? Because they both events are going to be occur at the same time. And probability of less than 2 is also, you have only the numbers on the six-sided die, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So this is the number that is greater than 5, 1 over 6, and this is the number that is less than 2, so that is also 1 over 6, right? That is 2 over 6 and that equals 1 over 3. The correct option is 1 over 3. Option number 1 is the correct option, right? Okay, the next one is, you spin the spinner once. What is the probability of P or probability of odd, right? So the probability of 5 is 1 out of 4, right? And odd is probability of odd. 3 and 5 are odd numbers, right? So that means they are the mutually exclusive events. 2 3 by 5, you have half of them are 5 or odd. The correct option is 50%, it is, right? The correct option is 50%. The probability of not orange. Okay, so probability of not orange means you need to calculate the probability of green, right? You can calculate it like this. That would be 1 minus the probability of orange. That is probability of not orange, right? 1 minus probability of orange is 1 2 3. 3 over 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, right? So that would be 8 minus 3 over 8, that is 5 over 8. So simply divide 5 by 8 and multiply by 100. Hold on. 5 by 8, 62.5. It is option number 1 is the correct option, that is 62.5%. The correct option is 62.5%. Option number 1 is the correct option. You spin the spinner once. What is the probability of blue or green, right? So you they are mutually exclusive events, they are going to occur at the same time. So you have to, the probability of blue is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 3 over 9. The probability of green is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 over 9. When you add them, that is 9 by 9 equals 1. That means the probability of blue or green is 1. The correct option is 1. The correct option is 1. You spin the spinner once. What is the probability of even or less than 3? Which is the correct option? The probability of even and less than 3. 2 and 4 are even numbers, right? And the only number that is less than 3 is also 2, right? So they are the overlapping events, right? So the correct option is 2 over 3. The correct option is 2 over 3. That is 2 option, right? You pick a card at random. What is the probability of blue or yellow? Which is the correct option? The correct option is 1. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. So the next lesson is, that is experimental probability. So let's just start with the lesson. Okay. A factory robot found flaws in 2 out of 10 bulbs. What is the experimental probability that a given bulb will be flawed? Right? So of the given bulb it fraud, right? Okay, so the experimental probability is the number of times an event occur out of the total number of times, right? So the probability of flawed bulb is you are already given 2 out of 10. So when you write the answer in the simplified form, that would be just 1 over 5. Let's just start with the test questions. Restaurant often slip takeouts menus under Umar's door. So far, Umar has collected 20 menus, including 8 of the Mediterranean food. What is the experimental probability that the next menu slipped under Umar's door will be from a Mediterranean restaurant, right? So the total outcomes are 20, right? The total menus are 20. You have to calculate the probability of Mediterranean. So the total outcomes are 20. And out of the 28 of them are Mediterranean food. So let's just write simplified form, write it in simplified form. That is 2 times 4 times 2 is 8 and 4 times 5 is 20. The correct option is 2 over 5. Option number 1 is the correct option, right? That is 2 over 5. Option 1 is the correct option. Got it? Yesterday, a car rental agency rented 18 vehicles, of which 5 were copes. What is the experimental probability vehicle rented today? The correct option is 5 out of 18, right? Option number 1 is the correct option, that is 5 out of 18. Option 1 is the correct option. Halle's Pie Shop recently sold 6 pies, of which 2 were cherry pies. What is the experimental probability that the next pie sold will be a cherry pie? Which is the correct option? The correct option is yes, that is 1 out of 3, option number, because the total outcomes are 6 and the one that are cherry pie is 2. So that is 2 out of 6. And when you convert it into simplified form, that would be 1 out of 3. Option number 1 is the correct option. Rosa is sitting on a bench in the mall. She noticed that 3 out of the last 12 men who walked by had beards. What is the experimental probability that the next man to walk by will have a beard? So, which is the correct option? Yes, that is 3 out of 12. So, the correct option is 1 over 4, right? The correct option is 1 out of 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. Emma has eaten 14 donuts over the past few months. Of those donuts, 4 were cream filled donuts. What is the experimental probability that the next donut Emma eats will be a cream filled donut? So, which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is 4 out of 14. The correct option is 2 over 7. Option number 1 is the correct option. That would be 2 over 7. A factory inspector found flaws in 2 out of 14 wooden boxes. What is the experimental probability that the next wooden box will be flawed? So, which is the correct option? Yes, that is 2 out of 14 or 1 out of 7. Leslie is watching a baseball game so far. 6 out of 9 batters have gotten a hit. What is the experimental probability that the next batter will get a hit? Which is the correct option? The correct option is 2 out of 3. Option 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is, that is, make predictions. The next lesson is make predictions. Okay, of the pizzas recently sold at Pizza Time, 8 had pepperoni and 8 did not. Considering this data, how many of the next 20 pizzas would sold would would you expect to have pepperoni, right? So you have to uh, predict your answer, right? Okay, 8 of them had pepperoni and 8 did not, right? So the probability of pepperoni is 8 of them have pepperoni and 8 of them are have do not have probability. That means the total pizzas are 6. 8 have probability, that is 8 out of 16. That means the probability of pepperoni is 1 over 2, right? Now you have to predict, if you have 20 pizzas, how many of them have pepperoni, right? You have to predict. How do you predict? You have to make a 1 over 2, that is the probability of having pepperoni, that is 1 over 2 equals n over 20, right? Just solve is for the n, that would be 10. That means if you have 20 pizzas, 8 of them have pepperoni, right? Out of 16, 8 of have them have pepperoni. So out of 20, 10 of them have pepperoni. Got it? Let's just start with the test questions. Okay. You select a marble without looking and then put it back. If you do it 8 times, what is the probability? What is the best prediction possible that the number of times you will pick a blue or an orange marble, right? Blue or orange. You have two blue and orange are one, two, three, four, five of them are orange, right? You did 8 times. The probability of you have two of the marbles are blue and five of the marbles were orange. So the probability of blue or orange is 7 out of they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the total are 8, 7 out of 8. So you did that 8 times. You have to do 7 over 8 times 8. 8 and 8 cancel out, you are left with 7. Got it? Correct option is 7. Okay, the next one is you select a marble without looking and then put it back. If you do this 7 times, what is the best prediction possible for the number of times that you will pick a marble that is not purple, right? So if the marble is not purple, then that means the marble is blue, right? The probability of not purple, say, or the probability of blue, that is 4 out of 7. You have 4 of them that are not purple, right? So you did that 7 times, so that is 4 over 7 times 7. 7 and 7 cancel out, you are left with 4. The correct option is 4. Got it? On her recent few throw attempts, Whitney made 6 shots and missed 4. Consider the data. How many of the next 5 free throw attempts would you expect Whitney to miss? So, which is the correct option? The correct option is 2. A factory inspector found flaws in 2 out of 10 wooden boxes. Considering the data, how many flawed boxes would you expect to inspector if to find in a batch of 20 boxes? So, which is the correct option? Okay, that is 2 out of 10, right? So, the probability of flaws is 2 out of 10, that is 1 out of 5. You have to find, considering the data, how many boxes would 20, right? That is 1 out of 5 equals n out of 20, right? So n equals 20 over 5, that is 4. So n equals 4. The correct option is 4, right? The correct option is 4, right? If you flip a coin two times, what is the best prediction possible for the number of times it will land on tails? So, which is the correct option? The correct option is 1. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So, we were working on grade 7 math. The chapter we're working on is probability. The lessons we have covered today are probability of simple events, probability of opposite mutually exclusive and overlapping events, experimental probability, and make make predictions, right? So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. That is your homework until next session, right? So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday 5 to 9, or either you can join me in the interactive session that would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10, right? So if you have any question you can please ask. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. No questions? Okay, that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.